Okay, I know I'll piss a lot of people by saying this, but it needs to be said, I'm happy izone disbanded. Especially happy that wonyoung and certain other members like chaewon and yujin and sakura got their places in their current groups. I know a lot of people love izone and I am aware of how their stans will no matter what, still have a place for the group in their heart. But from a non-fan perspective, I've never found izone connect to me. It could their concept because it is very regal, royal fairy-like, kinda unrelatable, making the viewer feel a bit further away from the group. But I found to love that concept from the group IVE, so I guess more than just these reasons, I think izone. I guess it might also be majorly because I couldn't see any of the girls, like on their own. As in none of them shined through. It was almost as if someone put a blurred dull camera lens on them that would only get clear as long as the group stood together. Outside the group and brand izone, I didn't really know the members apart from hearing wonyoung's name and sakura's, who at the time I remember being the members of the group. I also remember hearing chaeyeon's name, but I think it stuck to me more because she was itzy Chaeryeong's sister. Now this isn't to say that, oh I hate these girls, no personality. They're losers, absolutely fucking not. I believe this was more of an issue of the way the group was portrayed and just how many members there were in it. I mean 12 girls. And a concept like this makes line distribution itself very difficult. And their choreos didn't do any justice to show the killing points of the girls. Like, if you look at some of the choreos of izone, most of them are very well coordinated, in the sense that if 2 or 3 members were absent for a performance it wouldn't look right. Izone's charm was the chemistry between all 12 girls, they all together as a group looked good. But izone didn't provide them any room for improvement on their individual vocals, dance, or charm. izone has disbanded and a lot of their group members have gone solo or are part of some of the leading groups of the 4th gen. I will mainly focus on wonyoung because I want to. But I will also talk about chaewon and sakura from lesserafim, and yujin too, as there's been a drastic change in all the members, some more and less, since the departure from the group. This video will be divided into the sections of why I think wonyoung from IVE and izone are different, how her impact on the K-pop scene has changed since the departure, namely her it girl status, and how much she has improved in the position she was given in both groups. I will also talk about her members from izone again being Sakura, Chaewon and her current group member Yujin. And how their shine too, have just gotten brighter. I got into K-pop through BTS. I stayed for BTS as an army and will forever be one too. As I started listening to BTS, I started to hear a lot more about the other groups in the K-pop scene, namely Twice, Blackpink, Red Velvet and EXO and many more. Amongst these groups was izone, which at the time I remember having a good amount of fanbase. izone is a group whose centers was wonyoung from the start, since she had won first place in the Produce 48 competition, from which the group stemmed. I remember hearing her name a lot, but not just in a positive light. Since she is pretty, skinny, popular and smart, things which make anyone and their mother jealous, she obviously got a string of hate from the start of her career. It didn't help that when she was in the competition, she was very loved and adored by everyone and won the one at place in a competition where it was revealed that the votes put in was rigged and unfair. Mind you, wonyoung came into the scene when she was 13, she was crazy young, so it's obvious why she was dotted on a lot. So her getting hate for being loved is crazy. And her being hated for winning a rigged show even though it wasn't her fault is also crazy. Wonyoung, simply to put it, is very charming. Out of all the izone members she fits the concept the most. As you can see both in IVE and izone the concept it's almost similar, and her vocals match up with the aura she gives in the group. Her dreamlike visuals and her stage presence. The way her style suits most of the choreos in izone, all in all anyone can tell from the start she is a born center. She knows her shit. The camera can't help but find wonyoung attractive. She meant to be the all-in-all because she knows her angles, the way to talk, act, the way to express herself both through her facial expressions and her persona on stage. She is a shining star. However, izone's wonyoung was limited in all these sections as the group had a lot of members. She wasn't able to give her full potential, and while she gave her best, I still don't think izone helped her grow in any way possible. Enter IVE. 6-member girl group, who is a leading factor in the 4th gen K-pop scene. Remember when I said IVE and izone are similar in a way? I think IVE and izone are similar in the sense that both the concepts are sparkly, dreamlike, quite again a bit of a fairyish nature. But IVE succeeds in this concepts because they brought in more than just the shine. They brought in mystery, they brought allure, and also brought in the best members from izone who live up to this concept, namely Yujin and wonyoung. They put lesser know of members in the group and focused on individuality, gave each member their own space to show of just how talented they are, and what each member's charm is. Their music is stunning, with each songs, especially their 11 and Love Dive stages, brought in all the K-pop lovers wanting for more. wjsn stand in their selection in who to debut for the concept like this, and of course their MVs, because without an MV expressing exactly what the group wants to say, it cannot be complete. I think this is also another thing that made me give more points to IVE than izone. I know people might disagree, but for me izone music videos don't really live up to the concept. I am not saying they're bad, but they have so much potential to be better. Meanwhile, from debut, IVE's music videos always have been entrancing, almost siren-like. More than just the sparkle. They keep making you want more, and you end up rewatching the whole thing over and over. Their choreos are intricate and very detailed, giving each member a step through which you can remember them for. And this posh, royal aesthetic fits perfectly the members, especially wonyoung. She screams rich, 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 and I can't express how glad I am for her coming back in IVE rather than any other group. She was made to be in IVE, more than anyone she deserves this group and its concept. Where izone failed to showcase her already shiny royal posh nature, IVE succeeded in doing that and more. Now, this term "it girl" has been thrown around for decades in all industries alike. Everyone has their favorite girl who they think deserve this status, and in K-pop it's the same thing. We can't mention "it girl" without talking about Jennie, and just like this, we can't help but talk about Jennie and her status without comparing her fame and how similar it is to wonyoung. In some ways and more. Jennie is from Blackpink, a YG girl group who from the moment they debuted rocked the girl crush concept. They were introduced as these bad bitches you can't fuck with. And that combined with Jennie's confident rapping, singing, and powerful stage presence made her stand out like crazy. See, with Jennie, she was seen as this member who YG loved the most, pampered the most, and there were several rumors of her being someone who was rude and mean and a bitch in general. This combined with her naturally resting bitch face and persona she was supposed to portray on stage didn't help her case at all, with people putting all their efforts to talk shit about her no matter what she did. Which is nuts to me, because you can think Jennie is all that, assume all you want, but when I saw her on certain interviews and variety shows, she literally is the sweetest, kindest person ever. Her actual personality doesn't match up at all with the one people assumed. I still can't wrap my head around it. She is more cute than bad bitch. At least when she talks, and it's real hot that she can be both when she wants to. The true ace. I can see why she has her it girl status, but Jennie had suffered from so much, so much hate. To this day she can't breathe without being slut shamed for, I don't know, breathing. People say it girls are girls who've got the most brand deals and popularity. But I think it girls are girls who get hated on for simply sitting and looking pretty, because look at the 4th gen it girls, wonyoung and yena. They literally do nothing but be themselves, and it pisses people off. The whole thing is hilarious than anything. They both from their debut are known for their very cute, girly behavior, for which they were initially praised for, but as they got more popular it suddenly became a bad thing. And to all this, all I have to say is this: you can hate the it girls this day, and the next day you can love them, but both days they'll get paid. No matter what, they will always have the last laugh. Lead dancer, vocalist, center, maknae. These are some of the positions she was given in izone. Let's kick out the maknae position, because you can't have a maknae off with anyone or even with yourself, so kick that out. As to how much she has improved in the position she was given in izone, I would like to say pretty damn a lot. Starting off with dancing. I believe wonyoung is a good dancer, but in izone, like I said before, the steps were made to feel coordinated and the group as a whole to show off with, so obviously she is better in IVE since she has a space to show herself on her own. I think her stage presence is one of the best in K-pop. Her fancam views are itself a product of this. She doesn't just stand and look pretty, she analyzes when to move her hair. Which expression, whether it be a nose scrunch, an eyebrow raise, a smile, a frown, all of it is done very calculated and perfectly. You have to understand she is 18. And in between her IVE performances at the start, she was an MC for Music Bank, did a lot of covers, did crazy amount of ads, interview, variety shows, photoshoot, and yet no matter what, whatever she puts out, she pours her heart and soul for this. Damn, I get it, aunties. If I saw wonyoung I'd be mad too. How come she is this crazy good in everything? I honestly hope she's okay, because it must be nuts to do all this in one go. Her vocals are, I believe, something she has the potential to get even better than she already is. She has a pretty voice. And the way their new album, both her vocals and writing skills are shown off, makes me so excited for her future, because she is already pretty great. I want to see her experiment more. I'm not a pro at music tones and tonality, but as the general public, this is my opinion on it. As of the center positon, wonyoung then and wonyoung now and wonyoung till she dies will forever be good at it. Because she's born to be an idol. Born to be the center. Your eyes will follow wherever she goes. BC she that bitch. As a center I don't think she has any more to improve, but I am pretty sure she will still amaze me in many ways in the future. Just like what I've did for wonyoung, I am so glad the other girls also have her own thing to shine through after izone, especially Chaewon, Sakura and Yujin. I talk about them mainly because these are the idols I like and I know more about, and not because I don't like the others. I just don't know enough of them or care enough about them to talk about them. Chaewon for me was the one who made, I think, not only mine but everyone's heads turn. With her new haircut, crazy amount of confidence and the concept of lesserafim and the chemistry with the rest of her members, Chaewon's new persona made it feel like the second coming of Christ. I remember watching izone music videos and just blazing over Chaewon, since she didn't stand out to me at all. If you told the past me that this Chaewon is that Chaewon, I would have went nuts. I think the same for Sakura as well. It was the best choices they ever made. They seem so much happier too, with the group having great chemistry and a bond that reminds me so much of BTS. Chaewon fits that confidence concept so much that I am so glad she got out of izone. No matter how much you love izone, if you're a true fan, you'll accept that this is a way better course of life for them. Yujin also is a good choice for IVE. Her stage presence is also SMTH. I love that she brings to IVE. Her leadership skills, powerful vocals and her dancing gives me so much happiness that they left izone, since izone Yujin seems so limited compared to her now. This new environment gave her aura such freshness. She's no longer under any blurry camera lens, she's brightness herself. Can't wait to see what more we get from her. In conclusion, all I have to say is that I'm happy the girls from izone got a loyal fanbase and a chance to kickstart their career. And I'm glad these girls have taken great choices by giving a newer side of theirs we haven't seen before. Again, this is not a hate vid on izone or the izone girls. More of a video on how the girls of izone have gotten many more opportunities as of now. They showcase it better, and how I can't wait to see more of their work and what they put out in the future.